When two silhouettes stand in our way, I know then that said restlessness was justified. It really is about time we stopped this. You are so goddamned stubborn. Well, thank you for the compliment. We do take pride in our work, young master. They close in on us. Please, I can't go back yet. Can we not make a compromise? I'm Cryptid. Welcome to the CryptidPlays YouTube channel, and before you skip ahead to the gameplay, please be aware that the Chapter 2 portion of this video is indeed going to be heavily edited as per the regulations that the Rotten Raccoons team has placed on content creators. And while I will be recording the entire Chapter 2 of Francesco's route, yeah, you are only getting about an hour of it. I promise I will have the main ending in it and maybe one more. So just be aware. Warning, this is an 18+ visual novel that contains mature and heavy content, descriptions of gore, and suggestive content. We will go ahead and check the route-specific warnings in a minute. Warning, OBSCURA contains instances of rapidly flashing images and text effects, so be aware. I will put a warning on the screen before that happens. And since we are doing Francesco's route, if you recall, last time we met him at Oleander's party, and sorry, I'm like stuttering. And he decides to tell us that he wants to experience all that the marketplace has to offer because he is going to be in a place of power after this and will be unable to do that. So we will see what becomes of his adventurous side. And let's go to the route-specific warnings. Francesco, Chapter 2. Alright. Warnings include body suspension by metal hooks, including a visual of blood, player character death by eye trauma, discussion of cannibalism, discussion of violence against children, player character suffers symptoms of a terminal illness, human trafficking and organ trafficking, optional recreational drug use, mandatory alcohol use, possible dissociation, drug trafficking, descriptions of blood and gore, disruptions to the user interface, alter text box, text in other positions. So be aware when the screen changes, yes, that's part of the game. Possible manipulative and dominating player behavior, discussions of religious human sacrifice, scenes of brutality and violence. So your discretion is advised, and with that out of the way, let's get started. Alright, so we are at the very end of Francesco's Chapter 1, so there will be about 5 to 10-ish minutes of me reading, and then we'll be getting to Chapter 2, and Chapter 2 will be heavily edited, but once content creators are given the go-ahead from the developers, then I will post the entirety of my Chapter 2 recording. It's just, right now, I understand they still would rather people purchase the game instead of just watching a video, which I get. Anyhow, this is right after the Mosaic Club and having the bodyguards telling us off for meeting with Francesco and telling us to leave him alone. So, yeah. But I have to take it one step at a time. And so, also I apologize to anyone who originally came from my first Francesco video. Yeah, my voice is very different. Hopefully I still do a good job. And so, after closing my eyes, a dark, dreamless sleep quickly takes me. The day after, I disregard the bodyguard's warnings and decide to make my way to our usual meeting spot at the bridge. It's a long shot, but Francesco would know to find me here. And those guards cannot blame me for it. I doubt they'd hurt their young master either. Sure enough, after what I estimate to be half an hour of sitting myself down, I notice him jogging over with the usual wide smile on his face. Moth. Hey, Philip. I'm so happy you still came. I thought... When I see him shake, I cast all my doubts aside and pull him in for a tight hug. Don't worry, no bodyguard will stop us from seeing each other. Oh. I feel the warmth of his fingers around the back of my head and around my waist. I'm sorry about their patronizing ways. They've always been like that for as long as I can remember. Don't listen to them, please. Taking orders has never been my forte. We stand in silence, basking in the lantern lights and quiet ambience. Then he lifts his head. I figured out what to do next, by the way. Really now? Yes, I've always wanted to try silver dust. You... Philip, are you out of your mind? That stuff's addictive and expensive. It'll be only once. I'm sure it's okay. I sigh. Well, if you insist. Can't promise I'll be along for the ride, though. I just need you by my side. That's all. He's so irresponsible, but I can't leave him alone. Please. All right, but you should probably skedaddle before your babysitters find you. Yes, you're right. Okay. Then let's meet back up here tonight. Does that sound good? It's perfect. Now go. We both turn around and make ourselves scarce, but I know we're both smiling. Because despite all these circumstances, we're doing okay. Chapter 1, Best End. The adventure has only just begun. Now we're on to Chapter 2, so this is where it'll start to be heavily edited. Hopefully I get all the important parts in there that you might want to see. An uneventful stroll through the marketplace leads me right back to the Leaping Bear. At this point, it's not like I'm expecting to find anything out among the stalls. I'd call it a force of habit instead. As long as I can't trust Francesco's generosity, this is all I have to go on. I'm getting restless. The idea of relying on someone else to survive is a bitter pill to swallow, and I take every opportunity to find an alternative. But there's not much I can do right now. I take a moment to stretch out and toss my mask aside, decidedly uncomfortable. The thought of him is, despite everything, oddly reassuring. A part of me almost wants to feel optimistic. But I couldn't ever expect someone to part with such a huge sum of money, even if he is a bit loose with his wallet. I have to stay on the lookout for other opportunities. My thoughts are interrupted by a polite knock on the door. Moth? There's a letter for you. Huh? A quick peek through the peephole tells me that it's Bruna herself. Begrudgingly, I slide my mask back onto my face. I retreat to the privacy of my room after thanking Bruna, then tear the envelope right open to reveal its contents. It's written on hand-laid paper. There are flower petals dotted throughout the page, blended into the paper's grain, and for a second I feel like this is so very him. Hi, Moth. I hope you're having a lovely day. I'm really excited to meet you again. I hope you don't mind a slight change in plans. I figure silver dust is a tough thing to start with, after all. I've made an appointment for a very special session at a great establishment I've found here. They do body suspension. Do you know about it? It's meant to be a surreal experience. Please come meet me at the bridge tonight as promised. Big hugs, Philip. P.S. You must burn this letter after reading it. We cannot leave any evidence behind. I've always wanted to say that. It feels like we're in a detective novel. Smiley face. I feel strangely motivated by his suggestion, and find that I very much enjoy his whimsical approach to life. The warmth in my heart reminds me of how much his attitude has helped me stay positive throughout this entire ordeal. But then there's the issue of the new plans. Body suspension. All that's left is to figure out whether I actually want to do any of this. There's no way around it. I need to meet him very soon. Unfortunately, my biological clock has gone haywire ever since the Mosaic Club incident, and I have no idea what time of the day it even is right now. I'm desperate to find some form of structure again, even if just for the sake of my own sanity. I'll have to find a time-selling merchant. Time sellers pop up in heavily populated areas, eager to prey on disoriented visitors, and it's not hard to catch their eye. In a society where time is heavily withheld, those with access to it make a significant profit. When I reach one of the many crossroads, a hooded figure in a mossy green cloak stands out to me. The trim of their cloak shimmers with a subtle golden glow, and a small chain peeks out, leading into a small pocket. This must be one of them. Excuse me. You are excused. Hello, kind stranger. I just need to know the time. Time, of course. We're all slaves to the hands of the master clock. Of course, if you're interested in... Stop. Here's your pay. Just 1 peek is fine. Very well, 1 peek of the clock. The seller pockets the change and picks up a blanket in a large bag at their feet, then covers the both of us with it. I take a deep breath when the blanket comes off and put as much space as socially acceptable between me and this seller. It is a little past 4:30 in the afternoon, leaving me with just enough time to rest before tonight. Now I hope you'll rely on our services in the near future. This time I don't feel guilty about returning to the inn for a moment of rest. Moth! Francesco's bright smile greets me when I arrive at the bridge. I'm so glad you received my letter on time. Me too. You recovered from the gas yet? Yes, though I feel a little tired, but I'm sure I'll be all better in no time. I realize there's a stiffness in the air, a hint of tension lingering between us. So, you said you booked an appointment for body suspension, right? Yes. Oh, you should have seen the beautiful illustrations they displayed in their gallery. In fact, you'll see them right away when we go. It'll be fun. I think you'll enjoy the place a lot. And if you don't mind me saying, I think you could use the stress relief. Our reunion is cut short by the sound of footsteps and wood creaking under their weight. I only need to get a glimpse of who it is before my heart is in my throat. Run. Oh, they found us. We gotta go. Moth. Take his hand and go. My mask obstructs my breathing, and I have to hold on to him to make sure we don't lose each other in the crowd while I recover. We need a disguise. For you, mostly. To confuse my bodyguards. It doesn't take long for Francesco's face to light up with joy. How exciting! Yes, of course we should get one. He takes a hold of my hand and pulls me towards a nearby place called the Silk Web. I comb through a couple of his choices until I find something that stands out to me, strikingly simple and almost unnoticeable amidst the cacophony of shimmer and patterns. The eye mask I picked is devoid of any patterns, color, or markings. Bruna tells me these are typically worn by those in organized crime. It's a bold choice that will have him turning heads, but may ironically keep the bodyguards from looking our way. Let's pay up and get changed. Of course, allow me. Then we borrow the shoddy changing rooms in the corner, offering the bare minimum of privacy. When he appears from behind the curtain, I barely recognize him. He looks dashing, which he does. I think he does. Wow, you like it? Yeah. I'm grateful for the fact that his mask also does nothing to hide the blush forming on his face. Well, that's good. Then I won't be the only one who's getting distracted. We pay for our things and don't waste another minute in the silk web. The guards are still actively looking for us. Eventually, it's time for our suspension appointment. The venue is in our sights. The entrance is unassuming, tucked away in a side street with nothing but a small sign nailed into the facade to indicate what one might find inside. How did he even find this place? He must have explored the underground thoroughly. As we move to step inside, my stomach twists lightly, and I stop in my tracks. I feel unprepared. Are you sure about this? Of course. Are you nervous, Moth? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't, honestly. I'm met with a genuine tender smile, and he takes my hand to give it a short squeeze. I'll be right there with you. I swallow the rest of my doubts and make my way through the rickety door into a poorly lit entrance corridor with wooden chairs that have seen better days. A young woman with a shaved head and heavily pierced ears informs us that we're a little early. So we lower ourselves into the chairs that creak with age and wait. As unsettling as the place is, it's surprisingly clean. They've hung up a collection of tattoo concepts, colorful pieces of graffiti, and detailed illustrations. When I turn towards Francesco, he is perfectly content. There is not a hint of fear etched into his features. Only a serenity that I find to be more and more misplaced. Hey, Philip? What's wrong? Nothing. I'm wondering how you managed to find this old place. Have you been wandering around for a long time? I've been here for about 2 weeks, yes. I suppose it's not the longest anyone has stayed, but I've done a lot of walking around, and I've spoken to a lot of people. That's the best way to get to know a new place, right? It's certainly efficient. A few minutes later, the pierced woman returns to let us into the main room, where a man is cleaning a set of tools and the other is setting up one of the pulleys. It's a stark contrast to the entrance hall. The ceiling is tall and the suspension points scattered across even more so. The walls are coated in a pristine shade of white, leaving the place feeling sterile and just a little bit surreal. A well-used set of couches and a matching coffee table are placed in the corner, draped with old woolen blankets. It's where she leads us first, while she fetches a pair of gloves and a notebook. Francesco smiles brightly and mouths, "Incredible," to me. His excitement is infectious, and I feel the anticipation thrumming shallowly under my skin, buzzing and clawing. This is insane. What we're doing is insane. When the owners come back and sit in the couch opposite ours, I finally get a closer look at their appearance. They're all wearing some variation of a doctor's white coat, matched with fetish wear, harnesses, leather boots, and skin-tight bindings. The larger of the two men next to her sports a metallic collar with 2 locks. First time? Yes. I was told we could be suspended at the same time. Is that still on the table? Sure. Say nothing. You know what position you want to hang in? When we both shake our heads, she hands us a crumpled up page with a variety of sketches. We'll need to examine your skin first. Yeah, need to make sure nothing rips or we'd be in trouble, huh? I get the feeling they've done this same routine many times before, which slightly takes the edge off my nerves. Francesco points to a sketch depicting someone hanging from the skin on their shoulders and ropes around their feet. Out of the selection on the page, it looks like the least intrusive one. Go for the safe option. Thought for sure you'd go for this one. I point to the one where they hang upside down from the skin on their knees, and we both laugh quietly. If that goes wrong, then we can't run from my bodyguards. I can't believe my ears. Common sense from Philip. Well, sometimes. Very good. Our moment is interrupted when the pierced woman rises to her feet. I need to see your bags. We will see if this is doable. Lend the hooks. You're good to go. Please, have a seat. Kill. Adrenaline shoots through my system. I stumble back, horrified. Fucking what? Huh? No, not you. She seems flustered all of a sudden. Damn it, Kill. You need to change your name. This happens every time. The other man examining Francesco cackles, revealing jagged, pointy teeth. Are you kidding me? That's the point. This is the best part of my job. Don't take it away from me. Oh, and you're also good, buddy. Let's get you cleaned. Francesco and I stare at each other for a moment. And when the tension subsides, we collapse on the couch together. Last chance to run. I squeeze his hand in mine. Not a chance. We are ready. They lead us to the center of the room where the pulleys and ropes face one another, and our riggers prepare us one at a time. There is no anesthesia to numb the intrusion of the needles and hooks. It is sharp and fast, and then the pain settles in, slow and steady, burning. One after another, they pierce my skin with confidence and deadly precision. Ahead of me, Francesco is wincing at the 4th hook. Philip? Yes. Still with us? I am here. I'm okay. Yeah, you are. Only lost half your blood supply. Kidding. Come on, big boy. Lennon will take care of the bondage for you. It doesn't take long to loosely secure the length of rope around Francesco's ankles, and then mine. We're facing each other in complete silence, waiting with bated breath for the moment the pulley begins tugging at our fresh piercings. Are you ready? Mylene observes me patiently, allowing me one final chance to bow out. but I have no intention of doing so, and nod. I'm ready. It's the first time I see her smile, and she gives Len the signal. The ropes shift and then pull into a taut line, and then the pulling continues. His gasp is tense. He reaches out for me with frantic hands, but Kill is there to stabilize and calm him down. I'm expecting another silly comment, but in this fragile moment, he too is quiet. Seeing Fran finally relax into the suspension and lean his body forward to allow his feet to bear some of the weight gives me the confidence to ask Mylene to continue. And then, I'm flying. It hurts so much. That's the first thing I notice with gritted teeth. I catch a glimpse of Francesco's smile. He is weightless and struggling to form one at all, but there's clearly some satisfaction at having overcome the worst of it. Before I do anything else, I turn my attention inwards. I'm so relieved I could cry. I watch the ground fall away underneath my feet, 1 inch at a time. It's a slow and deliberate process, but I am thankful for it. Any faster and I would not have the time needed to adjust. Up here, my actual perception of time seems to warp. I take a few moments to be with myself. It is proof that I am still here and I will not go down without a fight. Then I feel a familiar knot in the back of my throat. A slight burn behind my eyes. My emotions spill over and I'm not sure why. When the worst of it passes, Francesco is right there, hand outstretched. And then the pain begins to ebb away. We're just close enough for me to reach out and graze the tips of his fingers. Then his lips part and he peeks up, ever so slightly dazed. He clasps my hand and gives it a gentle squeeze. Are you okay? Yeah, are you? Huh? Moth. What the fuck? We're not as in control as we think we are. My heart is in my throat all of a sudden. Cold sweat soaks through my undershirt. An uncanny sensation crawls up the back of my mouth, and I cannot speak out. Don't we need control? When will we learn? When will we learn? When will we learn? Moth. Though the voice is as clear as day and bright as the sun, my mind is veiled by a suffocating, inky darkness. There's nothing around me I can hold on to, and just when it feels as though I'm about to give up, whatever that may mean, I hear his voice again. He's gripping my hand tightly, as if to shake me from my thoughts. Then he whispers, I'm here, Moth. I'm here. I'm right here. And I know he is. Uncompromisingly so. He gives and gives and gives without ever asking me for anything in return, and even now, as we're flying from glorified meat hooks, I am his entire focus. Oh. Through spotty, flickering vision, I see Francesco in a new, gentler light. Thanks. He says nothing in return. Eventually, we are let back down and our open wounds are treated. Our riggers do not pry or ask about my outburst. I assume they've seen far worse. We're guided back to the couches once we're patched up and left alone for a little while as they thoroughly sanitize their setup. I feel uncharacteristically cuddly after what we just went through. I'm pleased to find he is too, and our limbs easily intertwine. His cheek rests right atop my collarbone. Moth, I want to kiss you. He says it like it's a simple fact, no uncertainty or hedging around how I might react. Oh. Kiss him tenderly. I nudge him off my shoulder, cupping his jaw with my hand. He leans into my palm slightly, but otherwise doesn't move. When I twist my mask to get it out of the way, I lose my vision, but I don't need to see. He leans in as I guide him closer, following my hand without hesitation. Our lips brush, barely a whisper of a kiss passing between us. We probably shouldn't get carried away here, even if the riggers have seen worse. Out of the corner of my eye, I notice Kill sauntering over to where we are, with Mylene and Len close behind. With a final wave, we leave the building. When I reach up to stretch, my fresh puncture wounds protest under their bandages, but I feel strangely satisfied. Did you have fun? Yes, I really did. I'm glad I trusted them for this first time. Yeah, they took good care of us. I can see pain shoots through me. No. Not again. Not like this. Francesco instantly notices something is wrong and is by my side before I can blink. Moth. Pain explodes in my sinuses, behind my eyes, in my mind. The nausea follows, swirling acridly in my stomach, creeping up my throat. I buckle, and with another dizzy spell slamming my head, I collapse against the wall, breath shaky. Fuck, Give me a minute. You're shaking. Moth. We're the same. We're not to be ignored. Shut up. Never. I feel a crackle. No, I hear it, smell it, see it. Then the world blurs. And then darkness. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Wake up, please. I am barely conscious, not quite coherent. We have to go, Moth. Okay? I think I heard them. Them? Oh, fuck. I'll walk you back to your inn. What's the name of the place you're staying at? I muster the strength to whisper it under my breath. The Leaping Bear. Okay. It feels like only a second passes between making our way into my room and my head hitting the pillow. I am so tired and so ill, and with that I fall right asleep. Glowworm light peeks through the bedroom curtains, spilling through the holes of my mask. I'm awake, but I do not want to move. I sense another weight beside me. He stayed with me. He stirs. Moth? Good morning, sleepyhead. He grips the side of my shoulders in a panic. Are you all right? Do you feel better? Do we need to find you a doctor? I think it's about time I tell him the truth. Francesco. Yes? I'm terminally ill and I'm going to die in an unspecified amount of time. Saying it out loud makes a weight sink deep into my stomach. I'm looking for lunar ichor. That's the only thing that'll cure me, as far as I'm aware. His low gasp tells me that he is also aware of its value. So what happened to you yesterday was a symptom of my illness. Yes, Fractum anima is its name. His voice cracks. Oh no. My heart twists. He's trying not to cry. I'm sorry, Moth. I'm sorry. All this time I've been dragging you on my adventures when we should have been going on yours. If I didn't want to do any of what we've done, I would have told you. Yes, but you need help finding lunar ichor, right? I'll help you. I'll do everything I can. Why are you down here then? Why all these adventures? Francesco freezes up. I've told you already, Moth. I'm going to take over the family business. There is an unmistakable finality in his tone that makes me realize I won't get anything else out of him if I push the issue. There is something he's not telling me. I think we need to get the day started. I can't slack on my search efforts, after all. Let's meet up later, okay? He pauses. I don't want to leave you alone. It's not a big deal. Francesco, I'm fine. I'm staying hopeful, so I need you to do the same, okay? My words seem to have gotten through to him. He takes my hand and gives it a squeeze. Okay, then I'll be on the lookout for ichor too. I'll send you a letter if I find anything. Thanks. He smiles bright, and with that I shoo him out of the room to enjoy a little privacy. My impending death feels much realer now that I've told someone. My time is running out. I know it is. The next day, Francesco and I stumble upon each other right outside the Leaping Bear as I prepare for a second sweep of the marketplace. He pulls me in for a hug before I have the chance to protest, and then he holds me at arm's length by the shoulders, looking somewhat sheepish. He is so cute. I'm happy you're still here. We need to talk. He sounds serious. You're dying. You don't know how much time you have left. We should do something productive instead, Moth. Something productive, huh? What are you suggesting? Let's go participate in an auction. I can't help my tinge of disappointment. My last visit to the auction house was a stark reminder of how hopeless my situation feels. I don't know. Last I checked, it barely ever goes on sale. We still have to look. Do you know your way around bidding? We enter the auction house. The noise dampens, much to my relief. Nothing has changed since my last trip here, save for my destination. He scuttles over eagerly to the place where people have gathered. He finds a gap to see whatever they're looking at, and I duck around some others to find a place beside him. It's a large writing slate mounted to a wall, listing what meant to be for sale today. Or at least I think that's what it is. There are 6 lots listed. The only item listed that I understand is apothecarial good, the final lot. I guess it's not impossible it's Icor. At the door to the auction hall there is another black-clad figure, though this one is wearing a gilded mask with an exaggerated demonic face. 5 rum for a paddle. I'm aghast at the price. That's a week of dinners just to have the option to bid. We're bidding together, here you are. But Francesco pays it like it's nothing, handing over coins and taking an auction paddle. There's a symbol on it, but I don't recognize it. Rich people are something else. Oh, they sure are. And finally, this is the lot I am certain many of you were waiting for. Brewed by an excellent doctor, this popular elixir is known for its miraculous properties. Despite myself, my hope rises in my chest. I can see Francesco sitting up straighter in the edge of my vision. With a sweep of her arm, an assistant carries in a small box, lifting the lid. There are 6 glass bottles, all a little larger than a fist, and filled with a deep gold liquid. The good Dr. Livewell is offering 6 bottles of tincture of solar ichor, with bids opening at 50 rum. Any hope that managed to take root in me withers almost instantly. Everyone knows the lunar god bleeds, and so it is possible to collect their ichor. The solar god has no such weakness. Looking at Francesco, he's also disappointed. A scam, right? He nods slowly. Then we don't need to stay here. I tuck away my disappointment. Going to the auction house was always going to be a long shot. Francesco breaks the silence quickly once we're back outside. I'm sorry we couldn't find the ichor. Today is your day. I'll follow you wherever you wish. It's fine. Nothing you have to apologize for. But you're right. Today is my day, then. We can't go frolicking around forever. I should prioritize the things that'll make me feel best and indulge in those. Suddenly, the possibilities feel endless. Let's see, what should we do? Alright, there's a lot of choices here. I think we only get to do like 2 or 3 of them. Full video of this, where I'm not super editing it, I will do all of them. So let's catch a live choir. I think I saw an advertisement for a choir rehearsal earlier, somewhere close to the church. A small crowd has gathered by the time we arrive, circling in around a handful of cloaked singers, who are already in the process of harmonizing. Their voices are powerful, clear, belting out each note with intention. At some point, all resistance leaves me. I find myself able to sing along to certain choruses, my own voice blending into the surrounding harmony. Francesco does too, with an unexpectedly smooth tenor. A thin fog settles over my mind. The walls feel further away, the ceiling infinitely high. The bodies around me, part of the same coexistence. I look down towards my open gloved palms, and they are not my own. It's as though the voice passing through my lips has a will of its own, molding into something I can't quite control. I feel the energy of all those around me spreading and mingling with mine. I can't seem to stay tethered to anything. The first spark of fear is brief, small enough to ignore. The next one, coinciding with the beautiful soprano harmonies, persists. The fear slowly sticks to me like hot tar, and the only thing I can hold on to is the people around me, desperate for an anchor to this world. Help me. My voice comes out small. Someone's arms wrap around me. The warm smell of patchouli tickles my brain. My shoulders automatically sag, releasing all their tension. Someone I feel safe with is holding me. I allow my weight to push against him. He speaks words, but they pass right through me at first, as though they are not meant for my mind to decipher. Okay, going to be fine. And then he repeats them. You're okay. You're going to be fine. We're swaying in perfect tandem, Francesco and I. I start to regain my composure, and the numbness in my fingers dissipates. The song around us subsides, and they announce a break amidst the ripples of applause. Moth. Yeah. What happened? My mind went somewhere my body couldn't reach. Oh. I don't know if he understands. Is it back now? He's too sweet when he asks me that. and I allow myself to cling on to that comfort just a little longer. I think so. Let's head off for now. Where to now? That's enough for today. With that, my day of personal indulgences comes to an end. My feet are sore and there's an unmistakable heaviness in my head, but I am satisfied. His fingers brush over the back of my hand so delicately I think it's an accident. But the way we smile at each other not even a second after tells me it isn't. I lace our hands together and savor the increasing familiarity of the gesture. This is nice. I had a great time today. My heart squeezes in my chest, and there's a bittersweet, numbing ache left in its wake. I feel... what do I feel? Sad? Vulnerable? My mind doesn't allow me to finish exploring the thought. Thank you for joining me on my adventures. Your adventures are fun too, Moth. Thank you for allowing me to join you. I learned a lot about you today. That goes both ways. His blush in that moment is the most beautiful and radiant I've seen it since meeting him. That makes me happy. We shouldn't let your babysitters find us. Off you go. They're not... No, you're right. He pauses, sheepish. But I don't want to go. This whole not wanting to leave thing can't keep happening every time, Philip. Why not? You're being silly. Well, I like your company. We share one last smile for the day. Good night. It's not long until we're reunited the morning after, in spite of the increasing likelihood of us getting caught. When our stomachs growl in anticipation of some form of lunch, Francesco stops me. There's a beautiful cafe we could eat at. If you like, I passed by it earlier, and the pastries on display looked incredible. Sounds great. Lead the way. Said cafe is overwhelmingly kitsch and perfumed, but beyond the slightly too vivid colors and excessive amounts of flower bouquets, I notice a small selection of pastries that do look mouth-watering. Ever the gentleman, Fran holds the chair out for me. I decide that I'm fine with that and settle in comfortably with a menu in hand. Moth, will you let me treat you today? Don't you always? Someday you're going to have to let me treat you back, you know. Francesco pauses. Well, I think you already have. You have not allowed me to spend a single genty on you. But it isn't about the money. It's about kindness, of which you have afforded me plenty. Well, if that's how you want to look at it, you won't hear me complaining. Yes, so please, order whatever you wish. I'm barely into my first bite when Francesco shifts. Do you remember me mentioning silver dust? Ah, Yeah, I remember. Going to assume that's what you want to try today. Yes, I think so. I've been meaning to try a hallucinogenic at least once. Either way, you're going to have to find a dealer yourself. I'm not sure where to find the good stuff. Uh-oh. Neither am I. I figured there would be a lot of it here. There's an uncomfortable pause in the air that I can't quite read. We change subjects quickly. Do you think the disguise has helped so far? There's a chance it might have outlived its purpose now. They've already seen us again, so maybe it helps a bit with camouflage, but probably not much else. Come now. Up-and-coming masters of disguise shouldn't be so quick to give up. Now should they? Someone's voice echoes boldly behind me, and I turn to face a man I've never met before. My other beloved in this game. Everything about him screams of eccentricity, flamboyantly dressed with the sole purpose of being noticed. Unusual for someone who isn't a noble. Apologies for surprising you, but I couldn't help being drawn into your conversation. What do you want? But I've failed to introduce myself. My name is Oleander. It would be a pleasure to do business with you. Oleander, the Oleander. Francesco's face lights up. I thought you were familiar. I suppose I could be. Moth, Oleander is the host of the party that we met at the other day. He's a very well-known merchant down here. Is he now? So, Mr. Oleander, you must be the perfect person to ask. Oh? And what is it you'd like to ask? I'd like to purchase some silver dust. Would you happen to know a reputable source? As a matter of fact, I would know one. Several, even. Would you be so kind as to lead us to them? I could, of course. You don't strike me as regular users. Nothing like the typical clientele who comes waltzing in for a bit of stardust. Of course, sounds like fun, doesn't it? But you may want to start with something a little milder, lest you end up in the gutter like the rest of them. He lowers his voice. May I suggest honeyhead tablets instead? They're better suited to someone who just wants to try. The atmosphere deflates a little as they shake on their deal. We're expected to wait for an intermediary, someone named Vigil, to drop off the goods for us. I wonder who his Vigil is when we're not it. With Honeyhead in our possession, our next steps lead us back to the stalls. We have some essentials to purchase. I want to make sure the trip is as uninterrupted and smooth as possible. We're taking a big enough risk as is. I keep my eyes peeled for anything remotely useful. Philip, I found something. The vendors I lead us to are surprisingly basic. They're in charge of all the groceries and home amenities of the underground. I think taking a blanket is the right choice. It makes the guards less suspicious. After finishing our little side trip past the stalls, there's no putting it off. You still have those tablets? I do. We just need to find a cozy place to experience the trip. Do you have any ideas, Moth? Behind the church leads to a bad ending, so let's go to the bridge. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a sentimental old fool, but I've become fond of the bridge. His face lights up. You're not a fool. It's our special place, isn't it? It absolutely is. As we approach, the lanterns illuminate the inky black water with their ruby glow. The bridge is blissfully quiet as always. I exhale in relief. Now, huddled next to each other, Francesco pulls the little package from his left pocket. He holds the tablet up to his lips, smiling nervously. I didn't think I'd feel anxious. I'd say that's pretty normal. You've never taken any drugs in your life, have you? Not until now. Oleander assured us that these wouldn't be too bad. I think I'm ready. Yeah, get comfortable. He swallows the tiny pill with ease, without even washing it down with water. All that's left to do is wait. Are you doing all right? Yes, I am. His speech has loosened a little already. Thank you. He leans back, and with that, we wait for the effects of Honeyhead to start kicking in. We are so snug and close and comfortable, and suddenly nothing else matters. It doesn't take long for Francesco to start spotting shapes etched into the cavern walls. He describes them as funny little beings that move when you least expect them to. The colors are so beautiful. He weighs heavier against me, relaxing more with every breath he takes. So it begins. We're all the same, right, Moth? We come here because we are doing what we can. In a sense, yeah. I get the feeling that our conversation is going to devolve by the second. What do you think? I think that I'm very lucky to have found you. Of all the people it could have been, it was you who sat next to me. I will always be grateful for that fact. The stars aligned beautifully, and even now they are so pretty, shimmering. Look, Moth. For some reason, his confession leaves me a little emotional. There's no stars up there, it's just the ceiling. Don't be silly, the stars are right there. He insists. When I settle back to look up at the rocky ceiling, I still see no stars. Not even that many glowworms. Only a barrier that cuts us off from the rest of the world, rigid and suffocating. Where I see a prison, he sees freedom. A few minutes pass in complete silence as he traces shapes into the air, following the pattern of the cracks in the ceiling. I trust you, Moth. I trust you so much. Why? Because it's you. Still doesn't explain it. I gently wrap him in my arms. Thank you. Something in the air feels heavier suddenly. He hesitates a touch. I move my hand to cover his. Moth, you told me your illness will lead to your death. You've placed a lot of faith in me, and I want to show you just how much I trust you, so I'm happy to tell you more now. I give his hand a measured squeeze. This is really important to him. Finally, he smiles. I can relate to your fate, Moth, because in exactly 13 days from now, I am scheduled to be offered up as a sacrifice to the solar god. Oh. The revelation knocks the wind out of me. It was so obvious in hindsight. Nonetheless, I struggled to find an answer. But don't worry, Moth. No, you don't have to worry. Not even a little bit. His selflessness almost feels like a punch to the face. I'll help you find the lunar ichor, and I will purchase it for you. Mark my words. You can't afford that. With all my savings, I can. His sudden calm is staggering. It's almost as though he's only just accepted his fate, and I'm watching his shackles tighten without resistance on his part. My chest hurts. Isn't this what I wanted? But I feel so helpless, so utterly disgusted with myself. Why does this need to come at the cost of someone's life? Why? Why in the world would you offer yourself up? Because it'll ensure my family is safe. It is a tradition celebrated every 10 years. I will have protected their values and mine. They will always be cherished and taken care of, even in old age. Our God will favor us. A churning, cold feeling settles deep in my gut. Here I am fighting to stay alive with everything I have. And here is someone who is completely fine with dying willingly. This is baffling. I have no words. I'm sorry I kept it from you. But you have to understand that I was not ready to share this with you, Moth. Yeah, I do. The feeling of powerlessness returns now. The guilt, sharp and suffocating, twists and churns inside of me. It's so heavy, but it was his choice to die all along. That is not my weight to carry. My grip tightens on my arms. I don't want him to die. Hey. I stand up, eager to think of something else. Let's walk. We need to keep moving. Yes, you're right. We should. What will I do now? The scenery around us changes with each turn we take. There is no rhyme or reason to the paths we pick, only a vague restlessness that we try to shake off. When two silhouettes stand in our way, I know then that said restlessness was justified. It really is about time we stopped this. You are so goddamned stubborn. Well, thank you for the compliment. We do take pride in our work, young master. They close in on us. Please, I can't go back yet. Can we not make a compromise? No. I'm afraid our goodwill is all used up. You should have thought about compromises earlier on, young master. You have to understand, we're trying to do our job. You've been straying from your job descriptions. All you are supposed to do is keep me safe until my return to the surface. Ha! So eloping with a total stranger isn't dangerous. Matteo, I make my own decisions. The guard stills, clearly using what I assumed to be his real name was a low blow. We've done it now. Then he takes another step. We're bringing you home now. Francesco tries making a run for it, but the first guard easily catches him, while all I can do is watch, feet rooted to the ground. In that moment, I swallow thickly. We can't keep running. Alright, let's stay calm. Breathe. Breathe. It's hard to, actually. My hands are shaking with adrenaline. I so badly want to do something as the guards grab Francesco with increasing force when they see he refuses to move. Don't. Stop breathing. If I provoke them, they won't hesitate to remove me for good. Moth! His scream is blood-curdling when he sees my lack of movement. Even as they begin to drag him away, I know he feels utterly betrayed. I can't say anything. Please, don't leave me. My heart wrenches in its cavity, beating with a restless fury. I watch their silhouettes slowly turn away, then head in the direction of the cave leading to the gates. His screams resonate harshly against the cavern walls, piercing my eardrums. I need to follow them to the surface. Of course, yes, it moved on its own, but this one actually lets you choose even afterwards. There was never an alternative here, I realize, as my footsteps carry me in the same direction they disappeared in. I can't do this without him. I'm not sure what that means right now, but I make sure to ditch any other unnecessary thoughts in favor of maintaining a reasonable, stealthy distance from them. Nothing else matters. I feel the way a hunter might, stalking with palpable intent, deathly quiet, perfectly focused. They'll never take him away from me. My blood simmers quietly. I'll follow him to the ends of the fucking world. As I think that, I finally push past the gates. Clear air fills my lungs. I let the sunshine spill onto my skin. Chapter 2, Good End. You'll go to hell and back. to be continued. Alright, before I do my ramble, I'm going to give my channel members a shout out real quick. Thank you so much to my channel members for your support. Not only does it help me, it helps the channel grow and the videos keep coming. I truly appreciate it. So that was the very heavily edited version of Francesco's Chapter 2. Like I said, when I am given the go-ahead, I will do the entire chapter. It might actually have to be 2 videos. I think this one was actually longer than the others. Definitely longer than Cirrus's, because that one only took me like 4.5 hours, and there's a lot of footage of this one. Anyhow, this one and Oleanders are the 2 that I am foaming at the mouth for Chapter 3. I'm so excited to see what happens. I am very curious about all of them, but these ones were so tense. Well, Francesco's was tense, Oleanders was tense. I love them. I love this game. It's so well done. But God, that was a journey. I hope that I was able to edit it in a very coherent way. And I hope you enjoyed it. This took me a long time. I won't lie. It took me a long time to record, a long time to edit. It was a lot. So, thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of me, please subscribe. And I hope to see you all next time. Bye.